everyone, it's Char from Char's Fascination. Yes, I'm recording on the camera today. Because I have something over here on the table. I'm sewing for my friend Rue again. And you know, I had two big denim squares that matched perfectly, and I had kept them together. I come back to look because I really wanted to put his bag together yesterday. And the other square is MIA. It's missing in action. So, what am I doing? We will turn you over here so that you can see what I'm doing at the fabric cutting table, because I have something else that I'm doing for him. But let me go grab something to drink, and we'll be right back. Okay, now that we're back, it's a couple of hours for me because Rob isn't feeling too good. So, okay, I had made my own pattern, as you can see. Okay, and I actually have the camera distanced over by the desk so that you can kind of get a pretty good view of, you know, everything. So that's not the fabric scissor, you all know that. Sorry, my allergies are acting up. Now, I love this for the fact that it is beautiful, as you can see right here. Not all of it, you know, needs to be there. So what I also did when I cut this, right, I made sure that it's actually big enough that my small tablet literally fits in the middle. Now, right here I have cut, let me go ahead and move these for a minute. Isn't that pretty against that denim though? Look at that. That is gorgeous against the denim. That's why I chose to take this one sheer fabric that I got from Fabric Mart. And that'll be applique. Now, right here, you can see where I have it marked for a pocket. Now, I don't know if I will have enough of the fabric to make the pocket out of the denim. I can look in my scraps of the denim to see if I might actually have that. So what we're going to go ahead and do, what I'm going to do first thing, I'm going to pause this. About that, my allergies are acting up. I think we're all allergic to bullshit. So typically I put this somewhere. Actually, I'm going to put this here. Like, if you don't have fabric weights, don't worry about it. You have stuff around that you can use as fabric weight. Like my ruler here. These metal rulers have a good weight to them. So don't wait and don't hesitate. Just put that down right there. And that will literally weight that down. Now you all know I happen to keep this around. It's a really good cutting tool. So we will use that. What I want to do first is make sure, because I want to cut a piece here, that way I have enough that will go around the side. So when I go to cut this, which of course this here, which is a full, if you go in the middle, I need like get with it all the way. I will in a minute. This is 9 inches in the width. Now, I have it cut that way because some of this will be what folds back and goes with the other part. Now, the black fabric that I have over here will be the lining to this. I almost thought about that green floral. I'm like, yeah, let's not do that twice. I mean, it's pretty. I just don't think like it's everyone's forte, you know what I mean? So, first of all, we need to make sure that we have this exactly where we might want it. And you can cut this a little bigger. And if you're wondering about like right here and at the bottom of it, I specifically have that cut for extra for where the strap sews onto it. So there is that. Now I think really that's the only thing. Now this is denim, so you're gonna have to pretty much press hard with this when you go to cut through this, because I have fabric stabilizer in it. Now I will cut that up like that on purpose. Stand up and get this side a little extra. Sometimes it doesn't have to be a little extra, right? Make sure that we have it cut proper, and there we go. Obviously, we put that aside because it doesn't always cut all the way through, and that is why we go back in with our scissors. Is there a fly in here? It's Jersey. Oh my gosh. Like greenhead season came early. Like last year, greenhead season was like too early. And again, it's too early. Now, as you can see with this, it did cut through most of that. So I'm going to finish cutting out both sides, and then I will cut the lining, and we will be right back. Okay, and I also have a second bag that I will be doing. Now, I've thought about the black fabric and this faux leather. This is made for upholstery and handbags. Now, I was thinking to myself, now, how am I going to cut this? I remember, duh, I have leather scissors. That's how I'm going to cut this. And where did I get these if you didn't watch that video? I got these off of Amazon when I ordered my leather punch. This pair of scissors just happened to come with a leather punch set. So this is also going to come in handy when I make this into an actual backpack for Rue. And yeah, that's going to be fun too, because now that I have my fabric scissors, I have my leather scissors. Your girl got a lot of things to cut with. So I have those pieces laid out there, and now what I'm going to do, this is also the fabric that I use for the applique, and here's some strap. Now, I have 2 straps, and I'm only actually going to need 1 strap for that, so since we are not strapping for time, that can go there. Now, I've also decided I have one of those belt buckles that you can where you just push it through and then pull it. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I have one of those on here already. So what I actually need to do with this is redo this part. Right? And I'll answer that in a minute. Hold on. I need to. It's important. Anyway, so I had to stop and talk to Rob because that was important. So anyway, what will happen is I will hook this piece here a certain way on there, and then as you can see, this piece also will be like that. So what I can really do is take this piece and make a loop for this piece right here is make a loop for that. I'm sorry about the lighting today. This is a weird ass situation. Pretty much you get the point on this. Is this will be totally adjustable. My original thing that I was gonna do, I suppose I could still add something like that on there, is put a denim button on that and then the little closure piece. So this is the strap, like I said, and it's already got that piece on there. I might change this one out for a different one, but this, my friends, has to be cut out. I can say that this piece that I cut out for applique goes really pretty with the black fabric. So, gotta cut it out. I have this standing, and I hope it don't fall. I do. I hope it don't fall. So, what I have here, now this is the inner pockets. Now I made 2 different sizes on purpose because when this one goes inside, it'll be more like an inner hidden pocket inside because ain't nobody gonna see that and nobody need to. End of their business. Does Rue conceal carry? No, not that I'm aware of. Maybe he should in Texas because all the shit going on right now in Texas. Yeah. I feel sorry for anybody that lives near the border or anybody in Texas right now because Texas ain't great right now. So anyway, so we're going to try to do this. Now, I don't have my ironing board out. It does. But with this part, what I do first with all my pockets is turn it down like this. And then what I do is I take it to the machine. Let's zoom you in a bit because you're not that zoomed in. There we go. Anyway. So we try to get this clip down good enough. That didn't do what I wanted. So we shall roll this down like this. You kind of just want to do a rolled hem right here. Sometimes what I will do is just like put something on one end just to hold this until I can get the rest rolled down and sturdy. So now things like this, a lot of things in sewing can be very tasking. It doesn't matter what it is. Whether you're sewing by hand or you're embroidering or you're crocheting, you're knitting, whatever it is, sometimes things can take a while. Also, if you have arthritis, boy, does things ever take a while when you have arthritis. And if you've been making things long enough, and then sometimes you just like you sew for people like I do. And sometimes you kind of have things backed up a bit. And I've had a few people be like, oh my gosh, where is that? And I'm like, I did tell you that I had something to do for other people before agreeing to make something. Or that person will be like, oh my gosh, I wish I had something like that. And then I'll offer, and then, you know how it goes these days when you offer to do something and people are all shysty. Anyway, so what I'm going to do with this bag is I'm going to use my white thread. Let me zoom you back out. If it'll do it, like what? It don't want to zoom back out. What's up with that? It'll zoom in. Oh, there we go. See, now we have to mention that and then it'll do it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew the front and the back, and then front and the back, because the inside and the outside have to be sewn separately before you sew it together. So let's make that happen. Okay. Now, I was going to just do this, but I'm like, you know what? I played around with the decorative stitch on my machine, right? And I'll show you what it looks like before I do anything else. I like this. Whoops, here we go. I like the stitching. It is rather pretty. I'm like thinking, you know what? Let me go outside of my usual like comfort zone for sewing. Now you all know I would tack this down with fusible webbing, but I can hold on to this. As well. This is kind of cool. I think I really like this stitch. Oh, this is so pretty. I love this. Now there's a reason why with this stitch that I'm going to go a little slower. Move my remote from my camera though. Oh my gosh, I am thinking like, I should have played around with these stitches a while back. You know what it reminds me of? Kind of reminds me of like fish scale, but not in a bad way, or you know what I mean. It's a cool pattern. So maybe in the future, when I go to do more decorative designs on garments or bags, I might use that stitch for it. So I thought maybe I would show you this. Oh. So, pull that out, flip it back, and yes, I kept that fabric stabilizer on there because of the simple fact that when you have a fabric stabilizer on something, it does just that, and it makes it a little more, rough to, a little more firm, and holds it together a lot better. But I have a lot of fabric stabilizer now. So now that you see this, I hope, hold on, let me shut that off. That might help. Yeah, the lighting today ain't all that, is it? There we go. Why is that hazy now? That's weird. Beyond weirdness. Anyway, there it is. Let me figure out this lighting situation. And we'll be back. I might come back on the second day on the, should be tomorrow. And if you have a dad, Okay. So to be honest, yesterday, I had done these, right? I don't like how it was fitting here. Oh, and I made some little loops. I should just bring my ring light out. Hold on. Let's close that blind. Anyway, so I don't like how this was fitting. I'm saying I'm going to be quite honest with you about that. This just didn't fit good enough to be able to clip it here, or at least it didn't sitting over there. So what I did was I cut out 2 more, and I like to cut this a little bit bigger, and you can always take something bigger and downsize that, but on these I had already added pocket, because I figured with a pocket like this on this one, see if I can bring you in on that, right here with this pocket, that I just didn't like how that, was too short on there. So once I get this figured out, we'll come back with that. Over here is the pieces for the side, and I mean, basically the denim is together now, and so I'm happy with that part. I'm just not happy with how this laid out, and maybe I just needed to be over here to do that. So I'm going to figure that out, and I'll meet you back at the machine. Now I wanted to question. Okay, so you see I have the ironing board out in the iron. It's kind of obvious because it's there, right? I have the tripod obviously sit in the distance and zoom in. I actually like this because I could turn on the lamp and just use that as our lighting today. So why do I have this set up like this? And also, zoom in a bit. Having this right here. Now, I have some Heat Bond Ultra. Heat Bond Ultra is a no-sew heat bond. So the instruction on this is that you use a non-steam. Don't use steam when you use heat bond. That will mess everything up. So we're going to come over here. I know how I'm dressed today. I'm dressed in my comfort zone, y'all. That's how I'm dressed. Like, if you're not comfortable, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, so we'll also move the sewing clips out of the way. So now, last night with the heat bond, what I did was I was playing around with some of it to see how I can lay some of this out. So you basically, you put it on your heat bond like that. Of course, it's still loose. And per instruction, do not use your fabric cutting scissors. You see your these used to be fabric cutters until I used them for something else and screwed it all up. No, it says to like cut it to the shape after, but I'm going to do that. We'll take this off of here. The other thing it says to do with this is to lay it this way. Now, you may wonder about that, is because when you iron that little piece right there, speaking of iron, let's check that. Oh, it's getting there. Okay, so I'm not going to strain my body. Never strain your body when you're doing anything. That's just a light thing. And with this, you don't go like that, like regular ironing. I might look into one of those heat press things. Now, another machine that I want to invest in this year is embroidery. And maybe one of the circuit cuts, because I think that would be cool. Now, obviously, with this piece here, I will need to obviously cut a bigger one. So, you leave that on there for a few minutes. You can do this. Anybody can do this. Heat bond. It started to bond itself to this. So now that that is on there, right? Now that that is on there, that's nice. It's really steady on there. This is now an applique. Great, right? You can take images and do the same, like the printer for fabric. You can do the same thing. You can do the same thing with any artworks. And what I'm thinking about starting to do with some of this is starting to put my channel label on things that I make by using heat bond. Now, I think that would work. Now, the other thing that we do now is cut this. I'm not worried. I got the vacuum cleaner outside my room. Only thing you don't want to do is vacuum the heat bond. That would make a mess. The mesh from this is on my floor. From this fabric, some of the little scraps are on my floor. Now my chunky scissors are actually in my knitting bag, which I don't mind keeping those there. I always try to keep a good pair of scissors in my knitting bag. Okay, now that we have this like this, isn't that pretty? That is so pretty. Now what you do is make this very appealing. If you can peel this back, you're supposed to be able to just peel it back like a sticker. That's kind of why I left a little bit right here so that I could try to just peel that back. Maybe it's a good thing I put these nails on, because anyway, we'll be back with that. I just got to try to get this more appealing. So I messaged my friend Joy. I will leave her in the description box. Oh, I had to ask her, how do you get that off there, girl? She's like, scratch the back of it with a pin. See how shiny that is? That is your sticky part. It's all sticky and ready to go. So let me show you that. Make sure I have this laying right. And I want to lay the applique right there. Let me bring you in a little closer. There we go. So now we want this little applique piece right here. Now there's the applique. How about that? There you go. Now, because this is this fabric, let me let you know something. You can't just iron over that or that will melt. And that would not be good. So what we will do, let me find a scrap fabric that won't melt. Here we go. I have a scrap fabric that will not melt. Now what you want to do, now if this was any other fabric, you could just go ahead and do this. But because it's this shiny fabric, you can't just do that, or you, like I said, you will melt that fabric, and we don't want that to happen because it's too pretty. They say don't really go back and forth on this either. Like, to me right now, this is like ironing this piece of fabric. Get that in here to it. No. Okay. So I might have to find me thinner fabric, or I could just like cut a piece off of this. So, like I said, I don't want to just do that and then have it all messed up. It's like I said, that fabric is gorgeous. We don't want to mess up something that's pretty. And, woo, it's hot today. I'm telling y'all, Texas is hot. Florida is like raging hot. I have to change my battery soon. Good thing the other one's charged, but anyway. So we gotta try to get this to go. That's why I'm just leaving it sit there, because that's part of the instructions. You just leave it sit like that. You know, you don't really move it around or it's not going to stick. And that makes sense. So, like I said, a big thank you to Joy. And I think she's like a hour or two behind me. I think she's in Oakley, Oklahoma. Oh, no, it's still, what? That's supposed to stick. I don't want to know this. Try the edge. Have to be very patient with this stuff. Well, that's not in hearing, period. Ultra heat one. Like, why are you not working? Anyway, we will figure this out. I wasn't going to do that, but you know what? That did not melt. So we'll get these on here, all of them, and then we'll come back to putting it on the machine, the whole spiel. Okay, we are on the last piece of applique on here. I have to say, I did it the way Joyce said, and I was able to get the pieces cut out proper. Why is it like that? Anyway, the camera's up here. But okay, anyway, this is the biggest piece, which is right here. I have to just finish. I want to show you this. Just lay it on there. I thought this stuff would melt. No, that's solid. I love that. I really do. I love that. So I know I said we would take this over to the machine and be done. But you know what? I had to show you. Let me back this camera just a little bit. I had to show you how beautiful this turned out with this as an applique. Now, when you're using this, and what Joyce said to do when you're doing this is to, here, I got this one right here. I got this one to use for that. So that when you're doing this, and I had to change because, whoo, it's hot out today. And she says to take a needle to do this. So what I did was just take this and scratch it. I know you're supposed to go the other way, but take this and you scratch it, and that's how you start peeling this back. And that way, this is the side that you see, the shiny side, right? So just do that and it's able to be peeled back. Thank you very much, Joy. Like I said, I will leave her in the description box. Isn't that gorgeous? I should hold that down here. Isn't that gorgeous? I really love how this turned out. Now, I was going to put other flowers around here, but you know what? It's beautiful the way it is. The next thing we have to do is the lining. That's over here. And I already have the strap ready to go. Now here's my thought on this. Is I can use this loop here, which I had sewn, to go ahead and hold that as the ring for it. I cannot, for the life of me, find my my rings for this. So I'm thinking, you know what, let me just go ahead and do this. And that's actually perfect because I'll have to do is connect the bottom piece into the bag. So now I can put this aside momentarily, temporarily. I gotta clean that up again. And let me get this iron off. Now my other thought with this, I'll turn that off in a minute, because my other thought with this, to get the interior to stay, and I have chose a zipper, if y'all remember these zippers. I got these from Amazon. I got, how many were that? 200 zippers, something like that. Wait, no, 100 zippers, and it didn't cost much. So what I had a thought of doing was taking the ultra heat bond and just heat bonding this inside of there. But I'm like, I don't want to do that. So what I will do, as you can see, the fabric stabilizer is in here. And this really helped because I had to run the iron back over this, so this is like super stable. And it's ones like this that you can actually sew through, as you can see, the pocket from the inside. So now my only problem with this is when I sewed the, sewed this the wrong way, and I believe it might be too small. So I really wanted this pocket to be, let's see, where is it? So this is the bottom. This is the top. So this is where the zipper will go, is right here, right? So I needed this to fit in there like so. But the problem is, if you can see this right here, the problem is it doesn't fit that. So now what I can do with this piece, now this is a scrap, is go ahead and cut that pocket and heat bond this pocket to the new lining. Or my other thought was to take this, roll it back like so, and then that's a double pocket. So I think what I might do is just go ahead and heat bond that to the new lining. And then we need to get this lining sewn together. And then when I do that, when it comes down to the last piece of that, it's a good thing I vacuumed. But anyway, we got to try to get this put together. Let's see, blue is back, this is the front piece. So that right there, I'm sorry, I need to have the camera down. That right there actually fits with the little extra, which is what we need. So yeah, let's do this. Like too far up in my face, it's kind of funny. Pull you back away from me because that's a little close. But yeah, so I believe that's what we will do. And then when it comes down to putting the pocket in, we will roll this back. It's not Walmart, it's not Wally World, we don't do rollback prices. Is then just lay that in here and lay that, put that zipper down. Gosh darn it. And my other thought was to use heat bond to bond the zipper down to the fabric. So what you would do is put that there, and then on this side it would look like that. Pretty much it would look like that. So I think this might work out really good. This is my first crossbody bag, if I didn't mention that in the beginning. Woo! I need to cool down for a few moments. I do. I need to cool off for a few minutes, and we'll get this over there. So, as you all know about the crossbody bag, and it's finally done. These things take a little while because, you know, the side, this is one side with the panel in between. And you got the more flat side here with no decor. This is the back. And you have the front. It has a little pocket. And on top of that, it's totally adjustable. Tell me this didn't twist. God, looks like not. I can undo that. Anyway, So this is totally that, totally there. It's totally done. And I'm happy. Oh, I think I just had it twisted there. That's all. But anyway, yeah, it's done. And I'm happy. So this, like I said, this is from my friend Rue. He's a big guy. I'm not going to deny that. And you know what? Even bigger people deserve something nice. I don't care if a person is gay, straight, whatever. People deserve equally, no matter who you are. Anyway, with that said, stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed. And I gotta upload, edit. I'm just gonna get this video done before I do his other stuff that I won't do in video, just this. Yeah, bye.